This classic CB radio was dead, but instead of giving it a proper burial, I cracked it open, ripped everything out, stuffed something modern inside that it was never meant to have. This is a classic CB shell with a modern brain. It's alive! So this is my Realistic Navajo radio that has a Radioddity CB-900 Pro guts inside. I call it the Realoddity. So the coolest thing about this radio is the LED screen that comes in the CB-900. I was able to put it where the SWR meter is. You could also push the tuning knob in, and it'll bring up the menu so you can select different functions. Hold it again and it'll escape. I then used the LED that shows whether you're receiving or if it's transmitting, and I put it where the channel number used to go. So that way it'll turn red if it's transmitting and green if it's receiving a station. So where it used to show whether it's modulating or receiving, I put the new digital display for the channel number. Now on the CB-900 Pro, the volume and the squelch is on the same shaft. I decided to split those because I wanted to keep this radio as original looking as possible. So I put new pots in that allow me to control the volume, and then the squelch is over here. Cool thing about the squelch on the CB-900 Pro is they have an auto squelch feature. If you turn it all the way down, it turns on the auto squelch. Another feature that the CB-900 Pro had that I wanted to include in this was the weather band. So the way I decided to do it was I put the RF gain pot here, but I also have it like the volume so it has the on-off switch. So if you turn it all the way off, it'll turn the weather radio on. Let's take a listen.
It was 10 degrees above normal for the date. No rain occurred, keeping the monthly total at 1 point.
I love weather radio. I don't know why. Out with the old mic jack and in with the new. We got rid of the old microphone and used the Radioddity microphone that allows us to have the buttons to change the channel as well. This allows me to do a channel scan, set the squelch, and then to hold the button down until you hear a beep or see a dot on the display, and then it'll scan through the channels. To stop the channel scan, it'll either pick up a station, or if you press the PTT button, it'll stop the scan. And I also have the headphone jack, so when you plug the headphones in, it mutes the internal speaker and the headphones work. And now's a good time to mention the sponsor of today's video, Radioddity. I contacted them with this crazy idea of modernizing an old radio, and they said, "That sounds great, we're in. We'll ship you out the Radioddity CB-900 Pro right away." And without their support, I wouldn't have been able to do this project. So thank you, Radioddity. And if you'd like to try a project like this, or you just need a modern rig, go to Radioddity's website. And if you use the coupon code Broken Signal, you can save $15. So let's take a closer look at the inside. So after ripping out all the guts on the inside, I decided that I wanted to leave the power supply and speaker that came with it originally. This didn't give me too much room to work with, but I was able to mount the boards on the inside. I decided to stick with the chassis that the Radioddity radio came with. It made it easier for the heat sinks, and I bolted it and soldered it down into place. This gave me a place for the boards to mount. One thing I had to do was remove the antenna connector, and I wanted to use the original from the Realistic anyhow, so I ran a coax cable from there to that point. From there, then it was removing components from the control board. One of the things I had to remove was the channel indicator. I desoldered it from the board here, mounted it there, and had to solder jumper wires in to connect it. I ended up going with new pots. That way, like with the weather one, it gives me an on-off switch. That on-off switch controls this relay down here, which then flips the switch between CB and weather band inside, keeping that functionality. I then separated the volume and squelch knob. The CB-900 has them on one shaft, but this radio had the squelch over here, and I wanted to keep that feel. So new pots went in place of those as well. And then one of the biggest challenges was I removed the old SWR meter and put the LED display that the CB-900 comes with. For that, I needed this jumper cable. And it has a little extender board, so I could connect the LED screen and put the new cable in place running to the board. One thing I really wanted to do with this project was keep the front looking as original as possible, so I wanted to keep the original knobs. I was able to mount those on those shafts, but I did have to trim the shafts down so that they're aligned closer to the face and not sticking out so much. I was able to keep the original headphone jack and then just wire it up to the speaker so that if you plug the headphones in, it disconnects the speaker and runs through the headphones. While that's not optimal, it does work. So let's take a listen to it for a while. Now I have a classic looking rig with a modern brain inside and newer functionality. So if you love the look of vintage radios, why not modernize one? Which classic is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.
It's alive! Oh, it's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!